Hey guys, thanks for checking out the video. I'm Jesse with Jesse's Garage and Adventures. This is my Suburban, and today we're going to be going over a switch panel that Mick Tuning sent me. It's really nice, it's wired, it's an 8-gang, so let's go ahead and check it on out. I'll add some timestamps to the video in case you guys don't want to watch the unboxing, that way you can get straight to the setup. Okay guys, excuse my messy kitchen, but we're just going to take this apart here. So this is everything included in the packaging. We've got stickers, your instruction booklet, which tells you how to wire everything. We've got multiple sticker sheets for just about anything you could want. This would be good for boats or trucks or anything like that. I think it's mostly truck centric. And we've got the actual control panel. It's nice, sturdy, heavy, feels good. And then in the box we've got the accessory wire, a circuit breaker, all of this wire, which it comes with a lot, so you really don't have to worry about not being able to reach wherever you're going to mount the panel. You've actually got your box. It looks nice inside, everything's potted. I know this is a switch to go from always on to accessory on. So if you wanted, you don't have to worry about that accessory wire. You can just hook this up, have it over here, and the panel will always be able to work. But if you would rather it only work with ignition or when something else is set, you can do this and then provide it power whenever you're ready. And then you've got all your different fuses. We've got a 10, 15, 20, 30, 30, 20, 15, 10. And then each one has its own positive and negative. Also included, we've got the wires. So the black one's obviously your ground. You've got two reds. One of them will go from your battery to your circuit breaker, and then the other one will go from the circuit breaker to this box. And then it appears one of these is enlarged, so you can probably put that on your battery post. Then you've got your miscellaneous hardware to mount the actual switch panel, as well as a fuse tap for micro fuses. This will allow you to be able to utilize your current ignition fuse. You pull it out and then run this additional tap, and then that will power it on and off with the key. I didn't really show you guys the installation, but all I did was mounted this panel that comes with directly to the inner fender. It was super easy. So this right here is the setup. So it's really easy. You've got a wire here that's run into the cab, and this goes to your switch panel. You've got an ignition on. Right here is the switch. If you flip this way, that light will light up, and that means it's always on, so you can just turn the light switch or the panel on and off. If you click it this way, it requires this ignition to turn the setup on. And then what I've done here is I've just wired my big forward lights, my pod lights, and then my rock lights all in here. So I currently have the rock lights on. And if we look in here, you'll see that this light is lit up. So each single circuit has a little LED light that will indicate whether it's powered or not. Alright, we are back in the truck. Since everything is wired to the ignition circuit, I'm going to go ahead and turn the key on. Now we're going to come over to the switch panel. So this has got many different settings, some of them being memory. So we're going to turn this on. And then, for example, we're going to turn on the cube lights. And then we're going to turn it off. And then when I turn the switch panel back on, the cube lights turned back on. And then as you can see here, they are on. I'm going to turn them off, on. I've also got my forward lights, which are covered right now. You can hardly tell. You can sort of see that they're kicked on, but not really. You can press the mode button to change the colors. And then this has automatic dimming as well. And it'll also eventually get to a feature where it'll just roll through all the different colors. Personally, I'm going to stick with the red. And something else you can do is you can press and hold the mode button, and that turns this into programming mode. So for this, we're going to program the first time. And then you can program this by clicking a different amount of times, and then the color represents the mode. So the first mode is for momentary. So you guys can get that. Now we're going to do this again. The second one is for flash. The third one is for strobe. And then if you click it again, you return back to your normal, which is just on or off. I'm going to demonstrate the light function. So if I bring my phone over and bring the light to it, hopefully you guys can see the brightness jump up. I don't know. There you go. It's actually got 3 brightnesses. And then it comes with a bunch of different labels for your buttons. And what I like about this is that you can do things like the horn and stuff like that on here, which currently my truck doesn't have a horn because one of the wires is bad and it's shorted and it kind of randomly just goes off, so I unplugged it. So my plan is to just hook the horns up to one of these circuits. And this is an 8-gang switch. They sell 6, and I believe they sell 12 as well. So like you got lots of different options, and it's really affordable in my opinion. Overall, I really like the setup. So for demonstration, I'm going to go ahead and program a couple different things. This one's going to stay on. I'm going to set the big ones to strobe, and then these will be flash. And then let's go outside and see what it looks like. So you can see the rock lights are set to orange. And I've got strobe and flash on these things. Currently I've just got the protectors over these lights, so you can't see everything, but I think it's really sick. And then I'll go ahead and show the fact that it's all got memory. So you just click it off. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the key off just so you can see. Ignore my hand. And right back to the same setup. Overall, this is a really affordable switch panel setup. It comes with everything you need to get it going, and it's really easy to install. I think it's great, and as you can see, it's pretty intuitive, and all the functions are easy to program. I would like to thank McTuning once again for sending this out, and if you guys like this, please like, share, and subscribe. Alright guys, talk to you later. Bye.